Well, first of all, congratulations. How are you feeling?
I feel freaking awesome. Thank you so much.
Do you feel like this is one of your best performances, or how would you rank it amongst, everything you've done so far?
I feel like this was one of my more dominant performances, especially one that had gone to a decision. So I had a lot of control time. I had a lot of ground and pound. I almost KO'd her entirely, even on the feet. So I felt like I really got to show off this fight.
Did that go the way you had anticipated? Did you anticipate having to go 3 hard rounds with her?
No, I anticipated taking her down into the first and going for a submission. But every time I started to slide up for some sort of a submission, my coaches were telling me to ground and pound and throw elbows. So I'm a better listener than I am doing what it is I want to do, because I do crazy stuff. So I've learned listening is the better way to go.
So for somebody who maybe hasn't been at a fight cage side, can you kind of explain how easy or how difficult it is to kind of pinpoint your coaches when there's people in the crowd and there's also her coaches? How does that kind of feel for you?
Well, we train for this. So I've always focused on hearing my coaches. And even when we're in the gym, we have very live rounds where basically the entire gym is watching us fight. You have everybody who's screaming at you and yelling at you, and being able to decipher who are your coaches versus who's just cheering, I think is a really major player in being a professional athlete.
So this is 3 wins in a row. What's next for you?
Yeah, 3 wins in a row. I am 3 wins consecutively in the UFC, which is one of the premier organizations for fighting, period. This is freaking awesome. This is elite level stuff right here. I look forward to fighting at least 3 or 4 more times coming in the next year. I love being active. I love training. It doesn't matter whether I'm in a fight camp or not. I'm consistently in the gym. So I look forward to getting in here as quickly as possible.
Do you have a name in mind, or are you kind of just give me anybody?
I don't, but man, start putting me on some of these main cards. Let's go for these pay-per-view events. What are we doing here? I think this is my 3rd trip here to the Apex, which I love, don't get me wrong, but I want to be on these bigger shows. So, and I'm willing to show out. I hope that I've been entertaining enough thus far. Let's go. What are we talking about?
Do you have a city in mind that you would like to fight in? Has there ever been a goal,
My family's from Cleveland. And I know that the UFC does go to Ohio. I started training in Ohio out of Columbus for 8 years of the beginning of my career. So I would love to go back home and showcase some of these amazing things that I've gotten to accomplish post leaving Ohio and go back and be with everybody.
And my last question, I know last time you were here, I believe, I asked you whose arms were better, Joe Rogan's or Bisping's. And I'm curious, now that you've jumped into Bisping's arms twice now, is there somebody else on your bucket list for arms you'd like to jump into?
Man, where's DC at? Put me on these pay-per-views. Let's get some DC. I was actually hoping Paul Felder was going to walk in there. But let's say Michael Bisping definitely got some redemption. So he got a take 2 on that one. That was a much better embrace.
And I guess I lied. One more question. Are you going to save the jumping into Dana White's arms for when you win a title?
Let's go! Yes! That's a goal. We're doing that. Dana better be looking out. No one is safe.
Thank you.